everybody, my name is Lena Hurl. I'm Program Analyst from the Program Administration Office, OAMPO. In my presentation today, I would like to introduce newly updated OAMPO SharePoint content. We will take a look at the newly updated OAMPO main SharePoint site and two new sites, Asset Management Training and Asset Management Policy. For the rest of the presentation, I will be behind the monitor showing you what have been added, and we will decide together if new addition is useful. I want to begin my presentation one step before the demonstration. I want to begin by illustrating how to find SharePoint without a specific SharePoint link. So the way we do that, we will go at HUD at Work, and we will scroll down to the section that called Systems, and at the bottom there is a link to SharePoint portal. Click. Here, HUD SharePoint portal. It is organized based on HUD organizations, and OAMPO SharePoint sites are under DAS for multifamily housing. We will click here. Inside of data collections, what you see is based on your permissions. So if you click on the DAS for multifamily housing and see less of a content, it's okay. The important part is OAMPO site will be there because it's open to everybody. So now we will do that. Click on OAMPO link. And here we go. Here's our OAMPO main SharePoint site. The new design is based on the portal concept. So what it means, it has information about various OAMPO SharePoint sites and gives a little bit information about it. So we will scroll real quick. So it's quite a few of sites had been created so far, and I want to point out that this is a high-level site, so definitely not all SharePoint content. But we decided that we will include the high-level sites that might be relevant to most users. The main site is based on a team template. What it means that the basic design is based on like 3 parts. Left part is called Quick Launch Bar and consists of quick links. We will go over them a little bit later. Then middle of the site has the core content, so all the important information is located on the middle. And on the right-hand side is a supplementary information. So let's take a look at what is the most important information here. So first is a little purpose, and then there is introduction of other SharePoint sites, and all the sites are organized in alphabetical order. So first is Asset Management Policy Forum, and this is one of the newer sites, and I will go over it and its content a little bit later in the presentation. Then we have Asset Management Training. I will go over this site as well. Then we have a site dedicated to contract administration, site dedicated to field asset management, funding in operations, another funding in operations site. So we have a site dedicated to grants and new funding. We have site for information specialists work group, site for multifamily self-sufficiency program, national standard of work, physical inspection scheduling, property disposition, rental assistance demo, and risk rating. Most of the sites are already open to everybody. However, if you click on one of the links and encounter access denied, you always can request access, and when you do then, the email will go to site administrator who would consider granting you an access. Let's see how it looks like. I believe I do not have access to one of these sites. Let's take a look. Okay, perfect. So this is how access denied looks like. So if you click on a link and you see this screen, do not get discouraged. There's a little link here, request access. So you just will click link here, click on that link here, and you will type a little message here to administrator why you need access, and then you will click send request, and this will trigger email to the site administrator. Okay, now we are back at our OAMPO main SharePoint site. Let's take a look at the left-hand side that's called Quick Launch Bar. And as I mentioned before, it consists of just quick links. And the design here is based on two parts, general resources and internal resources. The idea was to put links under general resources that lead to SharePoint content mentioned on the middle of the page. So if you have been at the site a couple times and you don't want to be scrolling down, for example, to find risk rating site, okay, so once you log in here, you just quickly can click on the link on the quick launch bar, so it gives you much quicker access. Links under internal resources are specifically for headquarters use, so most of the sites are close to majority of users. So I believe only 8BB consolidation is fairly open site, but if you do not see any link under internal resources, do not get discouraged. That's by design. Okay, so now let's take a look at the right-hand side. The right-hand side has a supplementary information. So in the upper corner, we have suggestions. So if you have any comments about this site, or if you find some inconsistency, broken link or links, or you would like to see some additional information, feel free to send email to myself, Lena Hurl, or to Margaret. Okay, then we have a little section about OAMPO, including link for OAMPO site at hud.gov. It's right here. And we have OAMPO points of contacts. We have OAMPO policy points of contacts link and OAMPO support points of contacts. We will go over that information later. And OAMPO address. Okay, so this concludes presentation of the OAMPO main SharePoint site. Now let's take a look what else is here. Okay, I think I would like to demo asset management training. So this is one of the newer sites. Okay, here it is. It is also based on a team template, which means that we have a quick launch bar with click links. Main information is on the center, and supplementary information is on the right-hand side. So main information here, we have upcoming training events. At the moment, we don't have any. We have future planned but not scheduled yet. And we have past training events. So the nice thing about past training events that it is hyperlinked to a supplementary information. So if you've missed a training session, you still can find information that might be useful. Like for example, then it looks like the most recent training that been conducted in the past was a new rule on previous participation, and we do have a supplementary information. So final rule. Okay, looks like it's a document. Okay, so here we go. We have a supplementary information Federal Register. Okay, and we have also noticed a 2016-15, so you can read information on that as well. This view is organized in a group of 6. So to look at additional past trainings, we just will click on the little triangle there to load more. And it looks like in October we have a training on self-sufficiency program. And let's take a look at supplemental information there. Okay, and we are led to a training library, and this is all training information that was relevant to that training session. Okay, let's go back. Okay, what else do we have here? Let's take a look at the right. Once again, suggestions. The contact person for this site is Cynthia Lane. Once again, if you have any comments, suggestions about design or training, please feel free to contact Cynthia. We have section on other training resources. We have a link to multifamily transformation training in Wave 5. It's a library. We have a link to multifamily transformation training site. We have a link to computer self-help desk. It's a SharePoint site. Link to National Standard of Work on SharePoint, and information specialist forum site. Let's see what else do we have. We have a training videos. We have OAMPO training on the YouTube. OAMPO All Hands monthly meetings, homeless preference video, in rent comparability study. I actually want to click on this link here, OAMPO training on a YouTube channel. Let's see how long it will take to load. Okay, excellent. The reason why I want to point out, because I often hear some laments about, oh, we need more systems training. I mean, it wouldn't be nice. And I need to admit, we don't do systems training all that often. But look, guys, here, we have 4 hours. 4 hours of a program systems staff giving presentation about various systems that are relevant to what we do. So you don't have to, it's a video, so you don't have to dedicate 4 hours of your day. You're welcome to take a look at your leisure, at a section of the video, and just you can do it over some period of time. But I just want to point out, because I hear a lot about the lack of training on systems. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, and we also have a training library, recent additions. So on this side, we have a training library. It's right here on the quick launch bar, or right there on the right-hand side. So, and looks like we have the recent additions were tenant rights to organize documents, and then family self-sufficiency, and so forth. Okay, super fast on the left-hand side. So we do have our training library. Okay, so we have quite a bit of documents there, and the idea is the more training will be conducted, the more information will be loaded here. We have several lists, training events, training events calendar, training resources. So actually that information is summarized on the middle of the page, so you have a choice of how you would like to see that information. And here I put something different. I also hear a lot of lament about that we do not have SharePoint training. So frankly, to use SharePoint, you don't need to know much, believe it or not. To develop sites, you need to know a lot, but to use it, you don't need a lot. So I found 3 short videos that if you watch it, you will be pros in navigating not just this SharePoint site, but pretty much any SharePoint site. So if you have a few minutes out of your day and you are not completely comfortable in using SharePoint, please check out these videos. These are not hard videos, that just I personally just search YouTube and I found them useful. So hopefully you will find it useful too. So this will conclude demo of the asset management training site. Now let's go to look at asset management policy. Okay, here we are back at our main OAMPO SharePoint site. And let's look at asset management policy. So it just happened to be right here, or on a quick launch bar, it's first link here. So let's do that. Okay. So here how asset management policy forum looks like. Super quick look. This site is dedicated to 3 topics. It has information on Q&As, on FAQs, and on contacts. So let's take a look. Okay, first of all, I guess I need to point out that we have our standard design that with quick launch bar consisting of quick links on the left, core information is on the middle, and supplementary information is on the right. So basic layout. On the middle, the first section talks about the purpose of the site. Then second section talks about Q&As and policy libraries. So the difference between Q&As and FAQs. FAQs is houses full version of published frequently asked questions. Let's take a look. So what I mean, if a document had been revised, each reiteration of the document is here. Like, for example, we see 3 iteration on FAQs on 8BBs. Okay, in contrast, Q&As lists only recent revisions of the questions, and it consists of published and unpublished questions. So basically, in a nutshell, it's a shorter version on FAQs and includes some additional information that has not been published yet. Okay, so, and we also have contact information. Okay, and let's begin with that because it's the easiest, and I think a lot of people find it relevant. So, for example, if you ever had a policy question and you needed to contact somebody in headquarters and you're not sure who to contact, this is the list to look at. So this list is organized by expertise, so policy expertise. And I think it currently has like 41 topics, so it's fairly long lists. The easiest way to use it is to use one of the entries right here. So let's see what we have. This is all expertise. So for example, if we need to know who in headquarters can be contacted about disasters, we'll click on that option. We will expand and we'll see Ken Hannon. Okay, so the funnel here shows us that we're using filter. We will click on this little triangle to clear the filter and return to our original list. Let's do one more time. For example, let's see who is in headquarters we can talk to about funding. Funding, once again we have one person and it's Lori Farrell. So super easy. And I need to admit it, even though I do work in headquarters, I actually been using this list myself. Okay, so this list has policy-related POCs. We also have a short list of business-related POCs. Let's take a look. Okay, so OAMPO support POCs. This is what I'm talking about. Let's see how the list looks like it. This list is fairly short. We are in a process of adding more staff to this list. So for example, here's me, Lena Hurl. Let's see what I do. Data and reporting. So guys, if you ever have questions about IRAM's reports, yeah, I know this, I am the person to contact. Okay, so this is how we use it. Let's now go back to main site and let's take a closer look to policy library and Q&As. Policy library, as I mentioned before, it has a full version of a published FAQs. Let's just quickly take a look at the site design. At the beginning of the page, I provide quick tips of how to best navigate the site. So the site is grouped by guidance type, and right now we have FAQs, memo, and work aid. I need to mention actually that this information is not available on hot clips, and this information I'm actually this library is created in order to provide the most up-to-date policy. And one more thing. This site will be a replacement for Field Office Guidance website. Originally, we thought that we will phase out Field Office Guidance site, but lately, the latest discussion that I had, I'm not so sure. But the idea is probably Field Office Guidance will remain active, but we will not be uploading new information there. The new information will be uploaded on the Sharepoint site. So let's take a look. Let's take a look by expanding and see what do we have here. So first column lists document name, date it was issued, and next two columns, activity and programs, are filters. So what it means, the documents here not just uploaded, like in most of SharePoint libraries that you guys used to, they are tagged. So activity and program list tags. And tags will help us to search for document. Let's take a look what I'm talking about. For example, assuming that we want to find something that is related to residual receipts. So we'll click on activities, and from the list we will put residual receipts. Okay, now the list is narrowed down to just 5 documents, 4 memos and 1 work aid. And the list can be further narrowed down using program category. So we'll expand this, and I will pick pracs. Okay, so now these 2 particular documents are on the topic of residual receipts and pracs together. So right now the library is not very large, so that might be excessive, but the idea is to upload more documents as time goes on, and with time these tags will be very useful. So let's clear the filters, and we are returning to our main view. Okay, so this is how the policy library looks like. Now let's take a look at Q&As. As I mentioned before, this information here is very similar to what we have seen in policy library. However, it lists only most recently revised questions, and if some questions were outdated and not relevant, they were removed from here. So we have questions on Section 8BB, Section 8 renewal, and utility allowance. I also mentioned here that this Q&A list includes unpublished questions. So let's take a look at what I was talking about. Let's take a look at the ones that were not published. And here we go. We have 2 questions that the answer to the policy questions were provided, but they were not officially published yet. So this is how you would do that. And let's see, we have subject, we have chapter selection, section, question, answer, examples. Here in the particular case we do not have an example, and published revised date. And this is the latest published revised date. Okay. The next topic I want to cover is how to set up alerts. And we will go to policy library to illustrate this example. The importance of this topic is that by setting up an alert, you will know when I upload new information. Why is it important? Because whenever OAMPO issues new policy-related guidance, we not always send out emails. We send out emails for major stuff, but for example, if we issued some Q&As and it's not published, there is a good chance that information will not be distributed to everybody because it would be considered minor. So on each of the SharePoint content like policy libraries on Q&As or POCs, you can set up an alert to be notified when information had been added. I will be using example on setting up alert in policy library. So we are in policy library. We will click on Documents tab, and we will go to section called Share in Track and find Alert Me. Okay, so looks like I already have set up alert on this document, so it's okay. We will go through Manage My Alerts. If you do not have a previously set up alerts, you will be using Setup Alert for these documents. But since I already have alerts, we will go to Manage My Alerts. We will do Add Alert. We will, okay, so the screen looks a little bit different. Policy Library. Next. Okay. And just follow the defaults. Alert title Policy Library. I will make a new. Users, this is where you would see your name. We would like delivery method email. Change type, probably it's safe to leave a default all changes. Send alert for this changes, probably okay to leave a default anything changes. Okay, when to send alert, this section is the most important, and please do not leave the default send notification immediately, because you might be getting too many emails if I'm experimenting with the site design. So I would highly recommend choosing this option right here, send a weekly summary, and click OK to save. So here how it looks like. So now we have our alert, and whenever I upload new documents, you will receive email notification. Okay, what else is important to note? Oh, super quick on the quick launch bar, because I think I forgot to mention. Just like on asset management training site, I decided to place a couple of training videos, SharePoint training videos on a quick launch bar. So here I put a link to a short training video on creating views and lists and how to set up alert. So if you have a few minutes out of your day and you're not completely comfortable with these training subjects, please review these training videos. They are not hard videos. This is just something that I found on YouTube and I found it relevant. Okay, so now we are returning to our main OAMPO SharePoint site, and this concludes my presentation on the newly redesigned OAMPO SharePoint content. I hope you find my presentation useful and you will be encouraged to take a look at the new content. Please feel free clicking around. Do not afraid on clicking on the content. You will not break anything. And if you're not familiar on usability of a SharePoint, please do not hesitate. A lot of information is self-explanatory, intuitive. All you need to do is just like take a little breather and read what is on a side. Most likely, all what you need to do is click next, and so the most important thing, not to be intimidated. So I highly encourage you to take a look. Margaret and I, we put a lot of thought in redesigning this content, and hopefully you find it useful. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to email to us. Here's our emails in the upper corner under suggestions. We would love to hear from you. Thank you for your time.